Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Josh, also known as Prince of Biltan on the internet. And today I'm coming at you with something a little bit different. This is going to be a very nice, cozy unpacking experience. Today I have with me our first Magic the Gathering set of the year. This is Ravnica Remastered. It's a kind of reprint set, printing lots of awesome cards from Magic the Gathering's history. For some of us, like me, it's not my first time on Ravnica, which is the plane these cards are set on, so I'm looking forward to seeing some old favourites returning. For some of us though, this is the first time on the plane, so this will be a nice little wide snapshot to set the picture before we go on to our next set, The Murders of Karlov Manor. As I mentioned in the beginning, this is going to be more of a relaxing unboxing. My plan when making this video was maybe you could have this on while you were sorting your cards or deck building. I'm not going to be freaking out or anything, but I will be talking through the cards and some of my thoughts about them. But a little more about me before we get into this, if you're unfamiliar. While I am a Warhammer enjoyer, I love Magic the Gathering. I've been playing it for years. I write for the content website EDHREC. I've written for them for over a year, so you can find my Commander articles over there. I've guested for Wizards of the Coast at MagicCon Barcelona, and I'll also be guesting at Amsterdam this year. So if you play Magic the Gathering and you're going to be there, maybe we'll say hello. That'd be really cool. So as I mentioned, this is going to be a nice, slow and relaxing video. I've got my cup of coffee here. So let's get into it. Okay, cool. So let's get this, get our trusty hobby knife, and let's get this shiny shrink wrap off. So this is a draft box of Ravnica Remastered. It comes in either collector boosters or draft boosters. Now draft boosters are definitely the ones that are going to have the less value in them. They're definitely for playing rather than just opening like this. But we're going to have fun with it regardless. So if I do that, and let's get on with opening some packs. So yeah, as I mentioned, Ravnica Remastered is going to be reprinting cards from our first visit to Ravnica, which was Ravnica City of Guilds. After that, it's going to be the second Ravnica block, which was Return to Ravnica. Then the third one, which was Ravnica Guilds of Ravnica, Ravnica Allegiance, and War of the Spark. So that's a lot of times to say Ravnica. So let me get these at a good angle for everyone, and let's go through. So we've got some awesome commons. There's going to be a lot of commons in this, and I'll only be talking about them really if they're notable. After all, you get about 500 commons in a draft box, so let's keep things moving. Because I didn't play during original Ravnica, there are a lot of cards I'm seeing for the first time. This judge is familiar. I know lots of Pauper players are excited about that downshift, so that's very cool. Quicken, the next sorcery spell, so that's a cantrip. Because we're into the uncommons now. That's a cantrip that says that the next sorcery spell you cast this turn can be cast as though it had flash. Very cool. Cartel Aristocrat seems nice. It having sacrifice another creature with no cost to pay in or instant speed, that seems like that can be a very good card in your sacrifice Aristocrats commander decks. This feels very much like a limited card, although the Steve Argyle art there is really nice. Okay, so our first pack has come with a mythic rare, and this is an old border treatment. This is Master of Cruelties, a 1/4 with first strike and death touch. They can only attack alone, but when it attacks a player and isn't blocked, that player's life total becomes 1. I know there are some lovely shenanigans with this card and Cavalier of the Vast, but yeah, well, that's a great way to start this opening. A Golgari Signet. Signets are classic commander cards. And a 2/1 goblin with haste. I don't really know what makes that token. Let me pull our mythics out. If you are just interested in what cards I open, you'll just be able to skip to the end. I wanted to try filming something a little bit different today, so hope you guys like it. If you don't, you'll let me know. Titanic Brawl, Summary Judgment, Scorched Rusalka, Debtor's Transport, Kazmina's Transmutation, turned again a little frog, very cute. Skewer the Critics, that's an awesome spell. I've played that an awful lot in my time. Merfolk of the Depths, Makeshift Battalion. Into the uncommons now, we've got Warbringer Demon, Fungal Rebirth, Nightvale Sprite, Niv-Mizzet Perun for a rare, an awesome card, awesome character, an awesome commander, an Old Border Demir Guildgate, and a Rakdos Signet. Very cool. I'll never not be happy to see Niv-Mizzet. It's an amazing card, amazing character. Also, as a scientist, I feel especially represented by Smug Dragon. Okay, so Sinister Sabotage. Silhana Ledgewalker, great card for Infect. Armory Guard. Dogpile, literally a card I've never seen before. It's cool. Arts of Enthusiast. Oh no, Arts of Euthanist. Ooh, that's definitely not as good. Deputy of Acquittals. Sky Knight Legionnaire, 3 mana 2/2 flying haste, that's awesome. Arboreal Grazer. Know you a lot from Lotus Field and various Simic Ramp decks from back in the day. Homing Lightning. Maybe not something we'll see so much in Commander, but in Limited. Overwhelm's quite nice. These overrun effects are always good. Model the Mixture is an awesome card. Awesome for CEDH, and just transmuting and tutoring on it is very good. Our split card, this is something Ravnica is kind of famous for. Connive and Concoct. So you can gain control of a creature with power 2 or less, and that's indefinitely. Or you can Concoct, which means you surveil 3 and then return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, so you can get something back again. And then there's an awesome white removal spell, Condemn, which looks really nice in this old border. You can put an attacking creature on the bottom of its owner's library. Its control gains life equal to its toughness. That's a lot better than killing a creature, even with the life gain. You'll find that the bottom of the library is quite hard for people to get the cards back from. Okay. So as I mentioned, I wasn't around for the first visit to Ravnica. I actually started playing Magic the Gathering in Khans of Tarkir. What was your first set, if you're watching this? I'd love to know, let me know in the comments. Titanic Brawl, Rise in the Skies, Greater Forgeling, Thrill, Kill, Assassin, it's fun to say. Kazmina's Transmutation, Fists of Ironwood, Arboreal Grazer, Slitherhead, Macabre Waltz, Ultimate Price, cool removal spell, very grim art. Eyes Everywhere, speaking of grim art. Gate Colossus, a big payoff for the Gates decks here. Ghostway. Exile each creature you control, return those cards to the battlefield and their owner's control at the beginning of their next end step. This card has been one that really needed more reprints because while it's very much like Eerie Intervention and other mass flicker effects, it's really cool, and I've not seen it played that often, probably just because of availability. There's a Simic Guildgate here in Old Border. Really love the art for that one. And a Rakdos Guildgate and Spirit. Very cool. Okay, we've got Fists of Ironwood, Syndicate Messenger, Greater Forgeling, Disembowel, Sinister Sabotage, Sulhana Ledgewalker, Blind Hunter, Fresh-Faced Recruit, Mugging, Homing Lighting, Rakdos Firewheeler, Rakdos Pit Dragon. Oh, that's gorgeous. A lovely old border Birds of Paradise. What an absolute amazing card. Oh, cool. So there is a foil in here. So we've got an old border foil, Lazar the Multifarious. So he lets you become, he can become copies of things in your graveyard. It was a very lovely pack. Still not time for me to have any coffee yet. Radical Idea, Greater Moss Dog, Rising Populace, Burning Prophet, Thrill Kill Assassin, Faith's Fetters, Forced Adaptation, Slitherhead, Cloudfin Raptor. Over into the uncommons, we've got Murmuring Mystic, great card for having a board presence while you're playing instants and sorceries, or if you're playing like a prowess deck, that's really great. Cerulean Sphinx, looks like a really good limited uncommon there. Moldavine Cloak, Dredge is always really cool. And Assemble the Legion. This is cool, this is one of Shivan Bhatt's favourite cards. And yeah, so at the beginning of your upkeep you put a muster counter on Assemble the Legion and then create a red and white soldier for each muster counter on it. So, you know, turn 1 you'll get 1, turn 2 you'll get 2, turn 3 you'll, and it will really get out of hand. So there's an old board of Faith's Fetters, and is it Guildgate and a Sapling. Okay, Rising Populace, Wojek Bodyguard, Sewer Shambler, Sinister Sabotage, Sulhana Ledgewalker, Keening Apparition, Demolish, Act of Treason, Goblin Electromancer, great common and great staple for any instant and sorcery deck there. Vernardi Shieldmate, I love the art, dude looks like Aragorn. Rakdos Guildmage, Simic Guildmage, should we go 3 for 3, get another Guildmage? Now Stab Wound, so that's just quite a persistent, annoying card for your opponent to deal with. Savra, Queen of the Golgari, so this is their original Head of the Golgari Guild, and in an old border treatment with art I really do not recognise, but that is absolutely gorgeous. What a cool old school commander she could be. Oh, and a Blood Crypt, that's a really cool card. I'm only a bit biased because I play Rakdos in lots of formats, including Pioneer, so I will be never sad to see a Blood Crypt. One thing that Ravnica is famous for are cards like that. They're called shock lands. They're called shock lands because you can have them come in untapped and they deal 2 damage to you, which is like the card Shock, an instant for 1 red that deals 2 damage to any target. They're a really, really great part of any mana base for kind of any format they're legal in. So if you're new to this, I would really recommend getting them while they're nice and cheap. So we've got a Remand here, it's a counter spell that goes to your opponent's hand, another Moldavine Cloak, a Loaming Shaman, we've got a Kaya as Ortov Usurper, so she was one of the later Ortov Guildmasters, and she's a really cool planeswalker, she fights ghosts. I think that's the first planeswalker we've seen. Ultimate Price, and then a foil Sky Knight Legionnaire. Oh, and a Boros Signet. There's a reason that pack seemed to keep on going. I'm planning on shoving all of these in a box afterwards and doing a boxing league with them, seeing if I can make a fun commander deck out of it. I'll let you know in a YouTube post later what deck I build. So we've got Dodge Beetle, Revolt Marker, Shield Shambler, Keymaster Rogue, Shieldmate, Compulsive Research. Demir House Guard. I want to talk about this one because if you're going to pick up a common from a set, this might be one of the best ones you can do. It's got a free sacrifice effect, so it does allow you to regenerate this creature, but you don't have to do that by any means. You can just use it as a way to sacrifice your other creatures for any of their effects. It also has Transmute, so at a time that you don't need this, you can discard it and search for the library for a card with the same mana value as this card, which is 4. So you'd be able to get something quite powerful. Really, really awesome common. And will be worth nothing, so I tried to get some. Act of Treason. Sunder Shaman into the uncommons. Orzhov Enforcer. Junk Troller. Feels like me right now. Tidespout Tyrant. This is an awesome card in Kin and CDH. I had this played against me the other week and it felt very bad. And a Hallowed Fountain. That feels less bad. I don't mind opening another Shockland. I wonder how many we'll get. I don't really know. You know, it's time for some coffee. So what are you guys all doing? You know, are you unpacking any magic packs yourself? Are you building a commander deck? Are you just browsing? Are you procrastinating? Should you be sorting your magic cards? I know I will need to after this. Let's keep the train rolling. So we've got a lot of the commons. As you can see, I'll be repeating myself a little bit if I go through all of these. So let's go to the uncommons. The Selesnya Evangel. More new art I've not seen. It might be old art, it's just not been reprinted for a while. Civic Saber. Be a cool card in a multicolour deck. Don't know if I'd run it in Commander. ETB. Detain to creature opponent control. This could be cool if you could flicker it. You know, if you could have it re-enter the battlefield, you can keep people locked down. Tolsimir Wolfblood. Cool card that buffs green and white creatures and makes a green and white wolf. Is it Guildgate? A Golgari Guildgate and a Goblin. Okay, so let's go through the commons. Into the uncommons we've got a Plague Crafter, an Angelic Exaltation, a Putrefy, and that actually maybe is one of the best cards I could have wanted to open. That is a borderless anime art Cyclonic Rift. I said I wasn't going to freak out when I opened in the intro of the video, but I'm kind of freaking out now. That's a really awesome card to pack. Wow, yeah, that's a great one. I can't really say any more than that. You're probably going to see that in one of my decks in an upcoming Magic event. Okay. Kind of lost my composure there. That's a really cool card. I'm really happy. Okay. Cyclonic Rift. Feels so great to cast. Feels so bad to have cast against you. Utopia Sprawl. Great common. Great fixing. Civic Saber. True Fire Captain. Bottled Cloister. This is a card I've never seen before. Oh my god. Beginning of your exile. Sorry, at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, exile all the cards to your hand face down. At the beginning of your upkeep, return all cards. You exile a Bottled Cloister to your hand. So you can not cast spells essentially on your opponent's turns, but you can draw another card on your turn. I will not be playing that. That feels bad. Vindictive Vampire, good life drain effect. Tin Street Dodger and Azorius Guildgate. That was absolutely no Cyclonic Rift. Okay. Let's go through the commons. Another Demir House Guard, really great. Into the uncommons we've got Morrowoy, Silent Dart, Night Veil Sprite, Phytohydra. So that's kind of cool. It's not a Hydra that cares about fighting. It's a plant. Get it? Damage would be dealt to it, but that many +1 counters on it instead. Frilled Mystic, a nice counter spell attached to a creature. Debtor's Transport, foil common, and a Simic Signet. I'm going to have Signets for days after this box, so I'm going to have plenty of capacity to build 2-colour decks, that's for sure. Forced Landing, Karom, Burn Bright, Less Gasp. These are lots of commons I've actually not seen. Interesting, when you can get like halfway through a box. Into this we've got Rakdos Fireweaver, Mistral Charger, Pteramander, awesome card, love that, really great card. Ilhog the Raised Boar as a 3rd mythic, that's a really fun card. It lets you put creatures from your hand onto the battlefield. And then an Old Border Compulsive Research and a Boros Signet. Cool, I'm happy with an Ilhog, that's a very, very playable card. Looks like we're about halfway through. Okay, moving through the commons again. That might have been good once upon a time, this Keening Apparition, but I feel like new cards like Cathar Commando would outplay this. Happy with all the Dimir House cards. Honestly, that's a really good common. Dimir Guildmage, Voyager Staff, Sphinx of New Prav, Prize Shield. All damage that would be dealt to you is dealt to a creature instead. This is a really good card in Jared Carthalion True Air. I've had that played against me. And then a foil Moldavine Cloak. And a Godless Shrine, that's awesome. So that gets us up to Shockland number 3. I really hope there are lots of Shocklands in this box, not for like value or anything, but for if there are lots of Shocklands being put back into Magic's ecosystem, they'll get nice and cheap, which means more people can play them. If you're a Warhammer player watching this, that sentence might be a bit confusing. Magic does have a secondary market, so these cards are kind of worth something. So we've got Find a Finality. So that's getting creatures back from your graveyard to your hand, or saving one creature, but then you can wipe the board. An Old Border Coiling Oracle, and an Izzet Guildmage. I have a feeling this is turning a bit more into a podcast, you know. So, getting through the commons. Gone Izzet Guildmage. Allows you to copy your instants and sorceries. Stalking Vengeance. Really awesome art. That really reminds me of something chaosy from Warhammer. Siege of Towers. You can turn your mountains into creatures. That seems cool. Yeva, Nature's Herald. A good friend of mine plays this as a commander, and giving green creature spells flash is a lot more powerful than it first appears. An awesome Old Border Skewer the Critics, and a Silencia Guildgate. I could definitely build a Gates deck if I wanted, I feel. So, while I'm going through this, one of the decks I'm working on at the moment is actually, now I think of it, it's a card I've not opened, Persistent Petitioners. I did actually order some of those from Axion Now, which is a shop here in the UK. Shout out to Axion, you guys are awesome. And yeah, you need quite a lot of those, and to be honest, I've not seen any of them, and we're halfway through the pack. Midnight Reaper is a great rare. You're able to kind of get repeatable card draw out of that one. So I'd like to be building a Persistent Petitioners deck. The commander for that deck, however, is going to be most likely the 5th Doctor, and Clara Oswald from the Doctor Who Universes Beyond set. I had a big chat with another creator known as Hermit Druid, who helped out a lot with the deck building there, so we'll see where that goes. So we've got a Gutter Snipe there, it's really awesome. Golgari Thug, great dredge card. Shark to Crab, And this very, very pretty chromatic lantern. That's really cool. Another one of those anime art cards. And this really looks, I don't know, it looks like an old-timey sweet shop to me. Crackling Drake and a Selesnya Signet. That's really cool. Chromatic Lantern, by the way, still a very playable card. I remember the Discourse when Ren and Realmbreaker came out and did very much the same thing in green, but I'm still a Chromatic Lantern fan. When I wrote the set review for green for EDH Rec for March of the Machines, I said as much. Like the stage, great card. Copy Enchantment, that is cool to have. That's cool to have in an old border as well. So basically you cast it and it comes in as any enchantment on the battlefield, so you just have it be a copy of your opponent's best enchantment. Simple as that. Just going through, yeah, the Persistent Petitioners are just like not showing up here. I'm really glad that I just ordered some. Skullcrack, cool card for Commander. Sorry, for Pioneer. Another Tolsimir Wolfblood in an old border treatment this time. I just realised I didn't even put Bottled Cloister in the rare pile because, oh boy, not a card for Commander, that's for sure. Okay. Yeah, still no Persistent Petitioners, interesting. Some really good cards in this pack though, like Skewer the Craigs, Judge's Familiar, Condemn, Dreadbore. Oh, I love Dreadbore. It's the Rakdos in me. Yeah, wow. That was a cool pack full of very playable cards. Okay. It's kind of strange now because I feel like I'm always going to be watching for Persistent Petitioners. Rhythm of the Wild, awesome card, awesome new art. I really hope this ends up being cheap for a long time. It's a very, very good card for your commander decks. Bedazzle. So it's a removal spell on one side and a land destruction spell on another side. Maybe one of the less playable of that cycle, but not too bad. Only a couple more to go now. Just got Krenko's Command, Bladebrand, Siegeworm, Bulwark Giant. Oh wow! Finally, Persistent Petitioners. Maybe in pack about like 20 or something. That's crazy. And then Assure and Assemble for our split rare. And is it Charm and a Rakdos Signet? That's a really interesting statistic. If there ends up being more Shocklands in this deck than Persistent Petitioners, then that's going to be really unusual. Balustrade Spy, Valnoken thing, Force Landing. Just going to skip through the commons because we've kind of seen them all now. Warbringer Demon, Demon Fire, Fungal Rebirth. Oh, that is gorgeous. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous anime taser. Oh my god. That is so cool. And all bordered Terramander. Oh, yo, that what a pack. I even said I wasn't going to freak out. That is a Bruvak the Grandiloquent in anime full art foil. Oh my god. Wow. Maybe you can't help it. Maybe when you watch these pack opening videos, people go into it like me thinking, you know what, I'm just going to have a nice cup of coffee and chat with my subscribers. But sometimes you just go, holy crap. I hope I can say that on YouTube. Anyway. Frilled Mystic, Boros Guildmage, Sky Hussar, Chord of Calling, awesome, very playable rare. Drift of Phantasms, and also of Guildgate, and an Elf Knight. So the Shockland count is at 3. The Mythic count is at 4. Let's see how we go. Cartel Aristocrat to arms. Pariah Shield is a rare, definitely didn't need 2 of those. An Arboreal Grazer, an Aetherplasm, a Selesnya Guildgate, and an Elf Knight. Getting into the last packs now. Another Persistent Petitioner, so that's 2 a box. Not an encouraging statistic. Sword of the Perrunes is our rare, an old border. If we end up with this, with having more shocklands than Persistent Petitioners, I am going to be very shocked. Okay, they're all coming now, they're all at the bottom of the pack, or bottom of the box even. Mayhem Dabble, amazing card. Void Slime, fun counterspell there. Is there such a thing as a fun counterspell? Cryptic, who you might see on the Shattergang EDH streams, would probably say yes. It's the average control enjoyer. Skin the Craigs, Rhythm of the Wild, Uber's Protector, Blind Obedience, that is a cool rare. Artifacts and creatures your opponents control into the battlefield tapped. Can we get another shock before the end of the box? That would be nice. Mausoleum, Turnkey, Etherplasm, Alt of Guildmage. Oh, Liliana Dreadhorde General. One of the best girls in MTG, and an awesome draw engine. Happy to see her. Adept to the Deathless, Foil Gruul Signet, and a Gruul Guildgate. Happy to see Liliana, no matter what form she comes in. 5 packs to go. This is going to be one of the longer pack opening videos I've ever seen, but if you guys like it, if you guys just like the chat and the casual nature of this video, like I said, I've tried to keep my tone nice and relaxing, tried to just chat about some cards I find fun, let me know and I'll make more videos like this. So we've got a Remand, an Izzet Charm, Rakdos Pit Dragon, and another Void Slime. Not going to say no to having more counter spells. So getting to the end now, we've got 4 packs left. Let's see if we can't go out with a bang, eh? Okay. Last Gasp, Keymaster Rogue, Drudge Beetle, Syndicate Messenger, Scorched Rusalka, Merfolk of the Depths, Makeshift Battalion, Blind Hunter, Fresh-Faced Recruit, Simic Guildmage, Eyes Everywhere, Shark to Crab, might win the prize for best card name. Illusionist Braces, this is a really awesome card for Commander. It allows you to copy abilities of the creature it's equipped to. Totally Lost, Simic Guildgate, and Sapling. Totally Lost is where I'm going to be in Amsterdam. Just going to be following people around like a little lost sheep. Okay. Okay. This is our second to last pack. Let's see what we can do. I feel like this might be the first Farseek I've seen. Really great card to appear at Uncommon. Hellkite Tyrant, a really fun alternate win con in Commander. When this dragon deals combat damage to a player, you gain control of all of their artifacts, and at the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 20 or more artifacts, you win the game. Fun way to win the game. The triple Guildgate pack there. Yeah, I'm definitely going to end up building like either probably gates in Commander or Pioneer because of all of this. Okay, so we've got 3 Persistent Petitioners, 3 Shocklands. Let's see if this last pack tips the balance in either favour. Come on, what's your bet? You can write it in the comments if you like before I've opened the pack. Taste for Mayhem, Last Gasp. I'm going to go slowly so you can do it. Merfolk of the Depths, Boros Elite, Skewer the Critics, Wild Cantor. So we're out of the commons, so it's not Persistent Petitioners. Wasteland Viper, Lightning Helix, 2 Arms, and a very awesome Deathrite Shaman to wrap up the box. Cool. So this was a pretty fun box to open. We got lots of very iconic rares from Magic's history. as well as some really very playable cards. So for the people counting, we got 3 Persistent Petitioners, 3 Shocklands, not too bad for a box. Lots of fun old border cards. I really enjoyed this Birds of Paradise and the Blind Obedience. Yeah, some really cool cards here in the rare slot. Oh, and the Deathrite Shaman, of course. So some of the home runs of the pack. Once again, we've got a Liliana Dreadhorde General, this Bruvak the Grandiloquent anime foil, which is absolutely awesome. This Teysa Ors of Scion anime foil, a Chromatic Lantern anime treatment, Ilhog the Razeboar, an anime Cyclonic Rift, and a Master of Cruelties. So I had a lot of fun opening that, and I hope you guys had fun listening to me too. Would you like to see these kinds of videos again? If you do, please tell me, or if you have any feedback, do let me know. Would you like them to be shorter? Would you like them to be even longer? Would you like me to have a look at some collector boosters, for example? Namely, I've just enjoyed sharing some awesome Magic cards with my subscribers over a cup of coffee on a weekend morning. To all of you who've watched, thank you so much. I really hope you found the video nice and chill, nice and relaxing. How do you feel about the value that came out of a box that cost as much as Ravnica Remastered? I definitely think there's some points for discussion there. So, from me, thank you so much for watching the video. Please like and subscribe for more tabletop content. There will be Warhammer Old World returning to the channel soon, don't worry. And I will see you all in the next video. Okay? Bye-bye!